Good morning. It's 7:04 on this Thursday, March 3rd. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello, everybody, and good morning. Another great day going for us, and we're happy to have you, of course. And we're happy to be on the air each Thursday, just time for Bates Ford, 1673 West Main in Lebanon, a dealer to trade for anything that don't eat. And we've got Paul and Ronnie here this morning. Paul Tubbs, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
And Ronnie Kelly, good morning.
Good morning.
Ronnie Kelly, a staple at Bates Ford. There's somebody who was before you who stayed there longer than you have, but if you keep it up, you may set the record yet.
Yes, I may set the record.
And you've made a lot of friends in the 24 years that you've been selling cars.
Made a lot of friends and a lot of happy customers, and continue to do that today.
Well, what's the best deal you got going today?
Well, the best deal I got going today, I was looking at over our inventory, and I was looking at an 18 Jeep Wrangler. And it's an 18 model, a Rubicon, and it only has 7,985 miles. And that's a nice vehicle, and everybody like a Jeep, and it's real clean. It's red, 56,995. Great vehicle.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And we also have a one left, 22 Bronco, Big Ben. It's on sale. We had two. Someone sold the other one yesterday. So if anybody want a Bronco,
that one right there is the little Sport. It's the smaller. There's the full size Bronco, which we don't have. I wish we did, but we got the Bronco Sport, which is kind of the smaller SUV.
Well, how are things here? We've got 2 months into the third month of the year, and what's today? The 3rd or 4th? I can't even remember.
I think today's the 3rd.
3rd, yes, 3rd of March. What's it looking like?
Oh, I mean, everything. We're blessed. I mean, we had a great month last month. Generally in the car business, January is not a productive month. Most people, Christmas, holidays, stuff like that. So we had an average January, but we had a blessed February, so we were really lucky. The car business right now is kind of an odd situation. New vehicles, I think we've got like 4. I sold one to a friend of mine last night, Explorer. Actually, it was Janelle Arthur who come over here with sang at the fair and did the Christmas thing on the square. She come over, her and her husband, good customers. He bought a truck a while back, and she got her a new Explorer. So, he's been calling me and texting me because of he's looking at my website, and that car shows on my website, but it took almost a month for it to show up. So it's kind of stuff shows up on the website. So if you see something, you can go to www.tonybatesford.com. A lot of times the cars on there are still in transit. We haven't got them. Ford Direct will put them on my website before we get them. But, new vehicles, and it's not just Ford, it's every make and model is just a struggle to get brand new vehicles right now.
Well, it's a good thing that you do have a pretty good inventory of used ones, pre-owned cars, and you're still paying good money to get them, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, we've had several customers within the last couple of weeks. We've bought cars off the road. One gentleman, the elderly gentleman, wasn't driving his vehicle. We ended up buying it. Had a couple other people that had lost a family member, and the car was sitting in the driveway. We purchased it, and then I had a couple people that just had an extra vehicle that brought it and come in. So, if they do that, and like I said, if you owe money, don't feel like we can't buy it, because what we'll do is pay it off and then give you the difference. We've done that several times.
Well, would you say that a used car right now is probably worth as much as it's ever going to be?
Well, I was reading an article yesterday, and it was kind of going about the new vehicles and the shortage of new vehicles, and it said the used car market's up 40%. So, I mean, that's pretty, what you paid for your car is up 40%.
Well, you selling more used than new, aren't you, right?
Yes, we have a great selection of used cars, because of what Paul was saying. They buy a lot of vehicles, and we have a great selection. And the selection that we have trucks, we have SUVs, we got Explorers, Expeditions. We also have Lincoln's SUVs. So we got a great selection. Even though it's hard to get vehicles, we still have a great selection, and we still...
Well, of course, the new and pre-owned cars is not the only thing. We talk about a lot about the service that you offer, including the cheapest oil change in town.
Right. Yesterday we probably did 20, 25 oil changes before 10 o'clock. So, we're rolling them in and out. Like I said, I always say my guys don't just do oil change. I expect them to do a good inspection on your vehicle, check the brakes, the batteries, the hoses, make sure everything's roadworthy. If you do need a battery, I feel like we got the best deal in town on a battery. It's $134.95 installed on most vehicles. You get a 3-year free replacement, 100-month warranty. We've done a ton of tires. Ford will meet or beat anybody's price on tires. So, you think of a manufacturer that's purchasing all them tires to put on the new vehicles, so they got a lot of buying power to be able to match any price.
Well, oil change, tires, batteries, you get your car taken care of, and if you need another one, you got a great sales team. It's a big, nice family there at Bates Ford.
It is. It's good. We've got a lot of people that's got a lot of tenure down there. I got 6 or 7 techs that's been there 25 plus years. Ronnie, myself. So it's kind of like a little happy family. So we just try to.
Ronnie, we'll let you have the last word. You can say anything you want to in about 30 seconds.
Okay, I had a young man yesterday. He worked Kobe Cash. And I'm here 66 years old. He wanted to do me a foot race. So we took off in about 25 feet, and I just kind of dusted him pretty good. I just want everybody to know that.
Even though you're not a spring chicken.
Right.
You see how they're working hard out there. They're out in the lot having foot races. So.
All right. Well, we'll end on that this morning. Y'all have a great week. We'll see you next Thursday. Paul Tubbs, the dealer operations manager, Ronnie Kelly in sales at Bates Ford, 1673 West Main in Lebanon, the dealer to trade for anything it don't eat. And Paul is going to play golf today, hit a hole in one. He's going to try. All right. Well, I have invited Jenny Lynn Brinkman to come and be with us this morning, a member of the Lebanon City Council, and I think she got here before any of the rest of us did, but I believe MJ is her friend of some degree, and good morning.
Good morning.
I guess the two of you got caught up a little bit.
We do. I always joke. I'm usually not, ahead of time or late. I'm always exactly on time, but I do always want to carve out a little time to say hello to MJ, 'cause she's one of my favorite people here in Lebanon.
Well, you're here to represent the City Council, and
Yes.
it's Ward 6, isn't it?
Correct.
All right. I have a little problem. Sometimes I forget which ward I even live in, but of course you've been there for a while. What is this the first term for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm into the 3rd year.
All right. Well, and I don't know. There's got to be a little bit of a learning curve unless you have been there before or just really been affiliated, associated, know a lot about city government. I think if you go in not having, if you're a rookie, let's say, it takes a while to learn the ropes, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And I came with, I have 18 years of local and state government experience. And even with all of that first year, of one, learning who all does what at the city, understanding who has the knowledge base that I need to tap into periodically, getting to know the rest of the council members, getting to know, my constituents and understanding their big key issues. I mean, it's absolutely yes. I would even go far to say, the first 2 years, you're learning, you're growing, you're evolving into, understanding what your big ticket items are going to be that you're going to always stand your ground on, understanding, what your thoughts are and certain things, and always being open to changing that mindset. That's key, is if you're not inflexible and don't learn from some of your mistakes or learn from that growth, then I don't know how effective you could be. So absolutely, I would even go on to say I'm still learning. Every day I learn something new about a service that we offer, a new way to do it. So it's been a really good experience.
What are you hearing? And I wonder, maybe ask us a different way. Do you hear quite a bit, at least from some of your constituents?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is on their mind?
Right now on especially in Ward 6, the growth that's coming to us. That's always the one thing I hear, whether it's frustrations or desires for new things to come to our side of town. What I hear continuously is they want more restaurants, more retail. They want more things that are going to add to their quality of life that they're seeking. And then I also hear concerns about high density, and that's natural. And I'm not going to say that's isolated to Ward 6. That applies to all of the wards.
Well, do you have many flooding issues that you hear about?
We do have some key areas in Ward 6 where there are houses that are built along creeks, that, eventually the water builds up over time when you have these large rain events. And so we try to provide guidance, on things that could be preventive that you can do in terms of clearing the creeks, making sure there's no obstructions. But we don't have as large of a problem as, say, the Ward 2 and 3.
Right. Well, we need to go to a break right here, but let me say this. Yesterday, I sort of had to cut Mayor Bell off, and he had one more thing that he wanted to say, and I'm going to say it for him this morning.
Okay.
He wanted to congratulate Coach Jim McDowell and the Lebanon Blue Devils.
Yes.
They've had a great season, and he didn't get to do that, so I'm doing that for him this morning. And
Oh, yes. Congratulations. Go Devils.
yeah, and I'm sure you feel the same way.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay, let's take a break. We'll talk more with Jen Lynn Brinkman in a moment here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Absolute Kubota Exmark, large inventory of Exmark mowers for homeowners and commercial users. #1 selling brand, bought 2-to-1 over any other commercial mower brand. 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning, it's heavy out here where you would expect 109, trying to work your way up towards the interstate there in Wilson County. Traffic's building pretty good as you make your way through Kingston Springs 40 East. Behind it, you got all that traffic coming in from Dixon County, Hickman County. All still looks good, but a lot of radar down the interstate in those counties. Hey, warmer weather is waiting for you at Pensacola Beach. Book your next getaway. Log on today, PensacolaBeach.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing has experienced new leadership and a new atmosphere. Same location in the heart of Lebanon, 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 615-444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. The 34th Annual Tennessee Beef Agribition returns to the James E. Ward Ag Center in Lebanon, March 11th through the 13th. Friday, they will feature the Breed Show. Then Saturday at 10 a.m., selling Simmental, Hereford, Shorthorn, and Angus cattle. The 2022 Agribition will feature one of the largest trade shows in the Southeast. Open Friday and Saturday from 9 to 5 with Western attire, jewelry and decor, agricultural products, services, and equipment. That's March 11th through the 13th at the James E. Ward Agricultural Center in Lebanon.
Are you thinking about buying a new home? Let A.G. & Johnson assist you with your new home search. From the first-time home buyer to the empty nester, we are experienced in all facets of the home buying process. We will be with you every step of the way. No matter if you are buying, selling, downsizing, or upsizing, we can assist you with your real estate needs. Call us at 615-444-0909 or find us online at agandjohnson.com or Facebook A.G. & Johnson Realty. A.G. & Johnson is your community's trusted realty and auction company.
Coleman and Company here on a Thursday morning. And again, Jenny Lynn Brinkman is here representing Ward 6 on the Lebanon City Council. We got the score from last night's game now. You did it. You remember?
Yes, it was 67-49 Devils.
Beat Gallatin.
They beat Gallatin.
And so that puts them in the finals of the region.
Right.
And even if they should lose there, they still go to the sub-state.
Yep, according to their Twitter account.
Right. All right. But if you can win the region, then you get to play the sub-state at your gym rather than somewhere else. So
home team advantage,
we'll
yeah.
be pulling for them. Well, they've had a great year, and they're still going. I hope they can make it to the state tournament. And this is the first time they've advanced this far since
2001 is what it said.
Right,
So
okay.
that's a fantastic.
All right. Well, our sports report here this morning. Any particular thing you want to talk about this morning? I mean, there's 6 of you on the council. You have a lot of decisions to make, and your decisions affect 40,000 people in the city of Lebanon, roughly. 38, I guess it is.
Yeah.
But we may have 40.
Right. We went through a recent redistricting due to that growth. Ward 6 was double the size of the other wards. And so the council recently went through kind of a redistricting of the boundary lines. Ward 6 shifted out further west. We're now on par with the size of our citizen base in that ward compared to the others. However, quickly, once the preserve over at Cairo Bend is built out, that's another 1,200 homes. That will easily put Ward 6 again in the seat of being the largest ward. And that's just where we have the most land and most opportunity. I do want to talk about, I do have a passion for parks and recreation. That's my background is conservation. And I'm really excited that we've been moving forward on the new park over there at Cairo Bend. This was a great public-private partnership with Goodall Homes. They donated the 16 acres in the front for park property. And in addition to that, they also donated all of the construction and the development of the park so that the city's investment is only $1 million towards a park that has, a mile trail. It has playground, pavilions, restrooms. I mean, that's such a great story to tell, how we can start really identifying areas near residents and dedicate them, for parks and recreation.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any idea? People are going to flock to this once it's open, no doubt.
Yes.
I just wonder how many will be people who don't go anywhere now, or how many might that now use the Don Fox Park might start with that one. I was told the other day, it was the first nice day we'd had in a little while, and that park over there, Don Fox Park, was full. And
yes, we
almost
absolutely
standing room only.
I mean, and that's just a testament of the need for more parks and recreation sites across the city and really kind of spread it out. I believe that this is going to be more accessible to the west side. You've got several subdivisions that are all within proximity of that. So many residents. When we did this, when we first kind of started talking about this and kind of evaluated, I can't remember off the top of my head the number of people within a 1 mile radius, but it was a significant number. And, having that access and what we have the long-term goals is connecting all of our parks with through greenways. And so being able to bike or ride across the city or run if you can run that distance. But anyway, I think it's key. And so what Mayor Bell and I have been working towards, and right now we're accepting bids, is we're hiring a Parks and Recreation master plan consultant who's going to create a 5 to 10 year plan for the city. Identify. One, it's going to do an assessment of overall inventory. What do we have now? What do we need based on our population size, our growth pattern, and how we compare to other communities of our size? Comparing us to the National Recreation Parks Association's inventory recommendations. They're going to be identifying where are those areas that we should consider, at least at the minimum, acquiring the land for future parks. Where do we need to look at easements for greenways? I think we've not had a concentrated plan towards our enhancing our quality of life through parks and recreation. And we need to look at it as a holistic, not only our current boundaries, but our future city boundaries. And as we're growing, make sure we have a plan in action of how we're going to get parks and recreation and greenways and whether it's sports, whether it's passive parks, whatever it is, we have a plan for that.
Mm-hmm. Well, we had the complex, sports complex
yes.
out 231, which is not as ambitious at this point as was maybe planned.
Right.
Talk about that a little bit. I think part of this is, it had to do with money more than anything else.
Right. Sports complex are not inexpensive.
Yeah.
And so the city, we really had to ground ourselves in getting back to what was the intention of us seeking land. And it was to meet a gap in need for soccer. Right now our airport is really truly not able to grow. And that is such a great component that we have pride about in our community of having that Lebanon airport. But for it to grow, we really need that space where the soccer fields are right now. But then also the soccer fields the Soccer Association has outgrown that complex as well. And so when we got back to what was the intention of when we sought for the complex, and that was to provide more soccer because there is a huge need. We have a huge interest in our community. And so that's what the council ultimately decided to first proceed with. So we have engaged Barge Wagner. They're doing the design right now for the soccer piece. They're going to be presenting it to us here in the next couple of months, I believe. And then we will, as a council, This is good timing as we're moving into our budget season of understanding what we need to allocate towards that, and really execute it. So, we're doing it exactly in a thoughtful manner to make sure we're meeting the needs of the community.
Yeah. In your estimation, how long before there won't be soccer at the airport?
I mean, ideally, if we're good with the plans and we are able to allocate in our budget, and we have such a great reserve that I would be encouraging the council to look at this as not issuing another bond, but I believe that we could fund this ourselves. And I don't want to say what that amount is right now because I don't know exactly what it's going to come out to, and that's going to be part of that design phase. But in reality, we should be looking at in the next 2 to 3 years of shifting over the soccer to a new. But don't hold me to that.
Right, but that will free up some land at the airport for further development, hangars or whatever. Right.
Right. I mean, right. Our understanding is right now we're fully maxed out. All of our hangars are allocated. We have a waiting list. Other communities of our size, Gallatin, Murfreesboro, have the same. So we know that we can support the growth at the airport. We just need to have the means to do it.
There was, I want to talk about 911 for a moment. There was somewhat of a change that's made the city of Lebanon. Did the council vote on that? Or?
We have not officially voted. We've had discussions at work sessions about it. And, the city, what we did vote on and what we did pass through was our investment on the new dispatcher system that we have installed at the new police headquarters. We spent over $6 million to bring more state of the art. But the key for that to really work the most effectively is that we need to have all of our dispatch under one roof. And we have this incredible facility to be able to support that. We have some concerns about how the transition has been happening for 911 calls. We think the individuals at the 911 center are excellent, and this is not in any way reflective of the contribution they bring to our city and our county. But we believe it's a more efficient means of answering to the needs of our community, both in fire and police and medical help. So I trust the mayor. Mayor has evaluated this. He has, brought forth this proposal to the council. We support it, and we look forward to an easier transition.
Budget time is around the corner.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, the city nearly always approves a budget by the last meeting in June, and I imagine you're going to be trying to do the same thing this year.
We are. We start hosting our sessions, likely probably starting next month. We have there's lots of late nights. We dedicate, an entire Saturday to the effort. We move through. We listen to the department heads. I will say, I've been known. I ask a lot of questions, and I want to understand their plan. And I will give. I fully appreciate after this last budget cycle, the department heads really gave them a very thoughtful effort to anticipating all of their needs. As a result, we've had only minimal budget amendments. In the past, we had massive amounts of budget amendments that really just didn't showcase our budget efforts. So I'm pleased. I believe that we're continuing in the right direction. We need to look at how can we start to plan in terms of long term? And I think this master plan for Parks and Recreation is one step in that process to establishing a capital improvements plan. We are very well situated as a city compared to others in terms of our reserves, and we need to start really planning for some large infrastructure needs.
One of the things you have to it's not something that makes a lot of big headlines or whatever, but you've got to make sure that we take care of our water system,
yes.
Our sewers, also our streets. And I know we have a paving program.
We do.
But there are a few streets, and they may be state roads for all I know, but it's a few that I find deplorable.
Well, and these recent rain events, as you know, are just wreak havoc on asphalt, So even just driving on the interstate the other day, the massive amounts of potholes that TDOT just can't keep ahead of, But yeah, we do have a rotating paving plan. Every street is on a schedule. However, what we say is if if citizens have a specific, really large concern on a street that needs to maybe be moved up in that schedule, we need to know, because, we try to get out as much as we can, but our engineering services, they're the ones that plan it out. Reach out, let us know. They can go evaluate, and maybe it needs to move up in the schedule.
We got a minute.
Yes.
Anything else you think of you want to mention this morning?
No, I always appreciate this opportunity to come and talk with you. Thank you for inviting me. And,
Well, I like to have, there are 6 of you, and if we could get on a real schedule, that means each person on the council would be on twice a year.
Yes.
But it doesn't always work that way.
Well, everyone's got busy schedules and things happen in
Right.
life. And so I want to, we've had a large amount of citizen engagement lately in the chambers for our council meetings, and I love to see that. Encourage everyone. We meet the first and third Tuesday of every month as part of, if you want to become more engaged, if you want to serve on a committee, if you want to get more involved in the city, come and talk to us. We would love to. And the mayor is always open to it. Talk to your council representative.
And you are allowed, 5 minutes to address the council at the beginning? Anybody that...
Well, around 3 minutes. Yes, yeah, just so we can give everyone enough time.
Okay. But at least it's ample time to let them know who you are and what's on your mind.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, thanks for being with us today. We appreciate your visit.
Thank you, Coleman.
Jenny Lynn Brinkman, representing Ward 6 and Lebanon City Council. That's part 1 of Coleman and Company. We've got more, so please keep it here, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Bates Ford and the Works Vehicle Checkup. They'll make sure your vehicle is ready for any road. $49.95 up to 5 quarts of oil, tax and disposal, tire rotation, safety check too. 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Still heavy traffic trying to get in from Rutherford County on 24 up through the Hickory Hollow area. Same goes for I-40 coming in from Kingston Springs. That's been in pretty good shape so far on I-40 in from Dixon County, Hickman County. 65 slow, no surprise there at Trinity Lane. Hey, warmer weather's waiting for you at Pensacola Beach. Book your next getaway today. PensacolaBeach.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
The 34th Annual Tennessee Beef Agribition returns to the James E. Ward Ag Center in Lebanon, March 11th through the 13th. Friday, they will feature the Breed Show. Then Saturday at 10 a.m., selling Simmental, Hereford, Shorthorn, and Angus cattle. The 2022 Agribition will feature one of the largest trade shows in the Southeast. Open Friday and Saturday from 9 to 5 with Western attire, jewelry and decor, agricultural products, services, and equipment. That's March 11th through the 13th at the James E. Ward Agricultural Center in Lebanon.
It's your first day in business, a new space, real investors, and butterflies the size of dinner plates. For peace of mind, protect your dream and call THW Insurance. Local folks representing quality companies like Westfield Insurance. Whether your business is large or small, contact Lori Carter at 615-443-6530 or stop in and see her at Wilson Bank and Trust, 1476 North Mount Juliet Road.
Hey, this is Paul with Bates Ford, and our vehicle purchase program has been a huge success. If you got something you want to sell, bring it to Bates Ford for a cash offer. Even if you owe money, we'll pay it off and give you the difference. And on the service side, we got some great deals. We got the Works program, which includes an oil change and a tire rotation, the cheapest oil change in town, the cheapest battery in town for $134 installed on most vehicles. That's Bates Ford, 1673 West Main, the dealer that'll trade for anything that don't eat.
It's going to be another beautiful day out there. Highs will top out in the lower 70s with bright sunny skies. On Friday, we'll have a mix of sun and clouds with temperatures near 70 degrees. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. Let's look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist TJ Scott.
And thanks for joining us. Thanks for tuning in here on a beautiful Thursday morning. We want to welcome a new advertiser this morning in our 7:30 slot on a Thursday, and that would be Adrian Johnson Realty and Auction. And we've got Jay White with us this morning. Jay, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
Good to see you. And Helene Cash is with us. Helene, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
And I'm going to have to say thank you for my second cup of coffee.
Well, we don't want you falling asleep.
Nobody's ever said that before.
And we know it wouldn't happen, but it's just a little extra energy.
About this, anyway. Yeah. Now, I have been accused of falling asleep, but anyway. Well, we're going to be talking about what you do, and we get started here this morning, AG and Johnson Realty and Auction. You've been located at 728 West Main for a long time. How long were you affiliated with AG and Johnson before you became owner, Jay?
Oh, absolutely. I think I worked for them close to right at 30 years before I actually became owner.
But you became owner?
I did, 3-4 years ago? 3-4 years ago when we brought it back?
It's 3 years. It's just, we're just shy of 3 years now.
Just shy of 3 years.
And you've been there for a while too, haven't you?
I have.
Well, exactly what do we need to talk about this morning? In fact, I have an auction ad that they've given me, a commercial to cut for you after I get off the air here, but I guess we want to talk about more than just that this morning.
That's true, but it is that time of year. The sun is beginning to come out and get a little warmer, and maybe spring is on the way, and it's auction season, and we're getting cranked up this for our spring sales, and we have one this coming Saturday out on Stroud Drive. We got a nice little brick house out there on Stroud Drive that we're going to sell Saturday, and it's just it's that time of year to get back in the groove of things.
Do you love auctions?
We do a lot.
Well, now you are an auctioneer yourself.
Oh, yes.
Do you do most of the chanting, the auctioneer?
I do some. There's several of us. There's 5 or 6. We've got 5 or 6, and we kind of we break it up, and different ones do different aspects of it. But yeah, I do some of the chanting.
Well, sometimes when you have an auction, it's just maybe a piece of property with a house improvement or whatever. Other times there's a lot of personal property, and maybe it's almost an all-day thing. I guess you like any kind of auction, but maybe the more the better.
That's true. I'm sure a lot of people come on Saturday morning, they say, well, are you all going to get through today? And we always tell them, so we didn't plan on being anywhere else today, so we're just going to be here till we get through.
If you weren't familiar with them before, you have come to understand and participate in the auctions, I'll bet, Helene.
I do. I am at every auction every Saturday, and last year at Coleman, as you know, we completed 69 auctions last year, and that was Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday throughout the year last year. So if there was an auction, I was there also. So it's become part of my blood now also. I was a consumer at auctions prior to joining AG & Johnson, and now I'm on the other side of it.
Well, it's just from observing things. I know that AG & Johnson's done auctions for years and years, but it seems to me that maybe you've stayed with it and some others are not doing auctions. It used to seem to me like when I hear of an auction anymore, it's almost you.
Well, we like to look. We're glad that we like that, but there's several in the auction business across the mid-state, and the mid-state area is probably one of the best areas and the most, I guess, popular areas for auctions.
Mm-hmm.
You get a lot of other parts of the United States and down in the South and out in the West. They don't do as many auctions or online on-site auctions as we do here in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah. But it's really something to sell personal property, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's just a good way to handle. If you're moving out of town and you don't want to move a lot of your belongings, and it's a good way to get everything done at one time. You can.
Well, if you want to know more, I'm sure you have a website. Well, I know you do.
We do.
What is that website?
agjohnson.com.
Okay, that's easy enough, agandjohnson.com.
Yep.
But your phone number is one that is easy to remember and you've had for a long time, too, 615-444-0909, and you can always call and find out more. As far as listings, I guess you're always eager for real estate listings?
We are, and we brought a few with us today. We're fortunate that we live in a market, or we live in Middle Tennessee, so as soon as we have a listing, it goes to pending pretty fast. But this morning, what is available, we have a 3-bedroom, 3-bath in Academy Place. It's a 55-plus community, so we don't expect that will last very long. But again, it's a corner unit, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, just over 1,700 square feet, which is a pretty nifty little place because we know several people that live there and they don't stay on the market long. That one's listed at $359,900. And then over on Legends Drive, coming live today is a brand new listing, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,000 square feet, just under an acre at $439,900. It's a beautiful home. And then if you were looking for some land over on Center Hill, over on Eagle Creek Road, it's a beautiful piece of land. So it's just under a half an acre, but it's on this long sliver that you have the water on either side of you, and it's just a beautiful piece of land in Sparta.
And you're talking about Center Hill Lake?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
I'm sorry.
Lake property.
Lake property. It's listed at $40,000.
Uh-huh.
But any of these are available on our website at agandjohnson.com, or you can call us at 615-444-0909, and we can get you more information and get you scheduled to see them.
All right. Well, it's going to be nice to see y'all each Thursday at this time and talk about what you're doing, your auctions, the real estate offerings that you have, and hope you have now that it looks like spring is on its way. Things are looking up, so we're all in a little bit better humor, I think.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all next Thursday, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jay White, Helene Cash, A.G. and Johnson Realty and Auction at 728 West Main, and the phone number again, 615-444-0909. Okay, I want to go to the telephone right now, and my guest is going to be with us by phone this morning. Tim Leeper, are you there?
I am here. How you doing, Coleman?
I am doing well, and I want to start this morning. And you, if you haven't guessed, you didn't ask me to do this, but I've been thinking that the next time you came here, this is where we were going to start. And that is the fact that at the Denham and Diamonds annual membership meeting of the Lebanon Wilson County Chamber of Commerce, Tim Leeper got a prestigious award, the Business Person of the Year. So I'm glad to congratulate you on that, and I'm sure a lot of people, after they found out, have offered their congratulations in the last month or so.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was rather unexpected.
Well, you've been with us off and on here for I don't know, I guess a year or so, and I tell people sometimes when I haven't inspected their work or they haven't done something for me, I say, well, they talk a good game, and I've got to hand it to you. You do talk a good game, but I think you not only do the talk, you do the walk as well. And this award here really says a lot, I think, Business Person of the Year. But how's it going right now?
Oh, it's going good. I'm in the big metropolis of Oneida, Tennessee today. And if you've never been there, don't worry. You're probably never going to have to come here. So I'm just up here for a roof.
When I was at Tennessee Tech 100 years ago, there was somebody that I knew, had a class with from Oneida, and I'm trying to remember where it was. Where is Oneida?
It's the big South Fork State Park. There's an airplane hangar here. They've got a regional airport up here, kind of like we have in Lebanon, except it's not, near what we have in Lebanon. But I think it's a regional airport. And my wife's oncologist is from here. My wife's been going to the same oncologist in Nashville for 17 years. And so he's got a place up here. And I didn't really want to come, but he's such a good guy. A genuine good person that helps people. And sometimes people just need help, so I decided to come up here and help him on this project.
Okay. How busy are you in the roofing business now?
Man, it is busy as we want it to be. Matter of fact, a lot of times, we're trying to manage people's expectations of, when we can get there and when realistically we can get things done for folks, because there's just so much work. And sometimes, when you tell somebody that, it may be 3 weeks before I can get there to look at it, I certainly understand if you can't wait. Mm-hmm. And I don't, sometimes we don't have anybody right away that can get it temporarily repaired, but sometimes we do. So I'll tell them if you want to wait, I will try to get somebody out there to, put something up to temporarily repair it for you, and we'll just work it out, when we do the repair. Sometimes they'll wait for us, and sometimes they can, and I understand either way.
Well, what's is it? Is it a new building that, or are you just so many more people that over time roofs need repairing? Where's the extra coming from?
Well, it's springtime. It's like this every year.
Oh, okay.
We just had that big run of rain. A week or so of rain. And thank goodness we've got, some dry weather to do some of the stuff. But we had a good week of rain, and, the phone will just light up in that situation. I feel bad for our ladies in the office sometimes because I don't even want to call them when it gets raining like that because they don't have time to hardly do anything.
Well, for those who may be hearing you for the first time or have not remembered the name Tim Leeper Roofing, how long has it been since you started this?
I started back in business in 2004, the week of Thanksgiving in 2004. So we've been at it for 17 years, working on number 18 right now.
Yeah, right. Well, you've come a long way in that period of time, haven't you?
We have. We've, we started out doing just residential replacements and repairs, and now we've gone to doing commercial replacement and repair work as well. I started my roofing career in commercial anyway, and I just I didn't think I wanted to go that direction, so I did something where I felt like I could get paid a little bit quicker, which is residential work. And but gradually over time, I got tired of knowing how to do something, but having to tell my customers that I couldn't do it because I didn't have the crew. So eventually, several years back, we just built out a commercial division as well. And it's come a long way.
All right, it's time for us to take a break, but we are talking with Tim Leeper Roofing, all the way from Oneida, Tennessee this morning. And we'll take a break here and talk more in a moment on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank Absolute Kubota. They have a large inventory of Exmark mowers for homeowners and commercial users. #1 selling brand, bought 2-to-1 over any other commercial mower brand. 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. They're still in the clearing stages of that earlier crash in Rutherford County on 24 westbound, not too far from 840. Just heavy up through there this time of the morning up through the Hickory Hollow area. 40 still looks pretty good right now through Kingston Springs. Tons of radar out here this morning in parts of Clarksville, Montgomery County as you come 24 there, especially leaving Clarksville. Hey, Gatlinburg Wine Cellar is home of the world famous cotton candy wine. Check out all their flavors, GatlinburgWineCellar.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
A.G. & Johnson is your experienced real estate and auction company, specializing in residential, commercial, and personal property auctions. Did you know that auctions are a fast and efficient way to sell your property? Auctions reduce time on the market and have an exact selling date. Call us for an in-home consultation today at 615-444-0909. A.G. & Johnson Realty and Auction, 728 West Main Street in Lebanon, or find us online at agandjohnson.com. Voted best auction company in Wilson County.
Phoenix baseball team hits the road again this weekend, traveling to Portsmouth, Ohio, to historic Branch Rickey Park to take on the Shawnee State Bears in a crucial 3-game Mid-South Conference weekend series. First game on Friday begins at 2 o'clock with pregame at 1:40. Saturday's doubleheader starts at 11 with pregame at 10:40. Stay tuned to WANT FM 98.9, WCOR AM 1490, GoCrumblinAthletics.com, or WANTFM.com for all the action. Go Phoenix.
71 degrees all the way.
73 degrees, please.
So what's your perfect degree of comfort? We'll help you find it with professional Rheem HVAC service that'll keep your home comfy year-round, save on energy costs, and may qualify for utility rebates and tax credits. So enjoy a new degree of comfort.
72 degrees, and I'm good to go.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
Help Center. Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us here. Tim Leeper Roofing. Old Tim is on the phone this morning. He's out of town, as we said, finishing up a job in Oneida, and you are hoping to be home by 5 o'clock today, maybe. We're back in Lebanon by 5?
Well, that's what I told my wife, but we'll see.
We talk about a number of things when you're on, roofing being the main thing, obviously. But you and I had a little conversation during the break about the baseball situation, and you did say you hadn't kept up with it much, and I haven't a whole lot either. But I do know that they had the owners and the Players Association people had a meeting the last day or two, and they postponed the first 2 weeks of baseball this year, Tim, and I don't like that, and I wish they'd hurry up and get something going here, because if you keep putting it off, before you know it, it'll be All-Star time, and we still haven't played a game.
I hate the fact that they can't get this figured out, and at the end of the day, really, I know there's probably some grievances, otherwise they wouldn't be in this situation, but at the end of the day, they're making money that most people are never going to see in their life.
Yes.
And so to not at least recognize the fact that they're playing a game that they love, that most people 50 years ago would have played for free if you told them they'd feed them. They'd play the game for free, and now, some of these kids is making $12, $15, $20 million a year.
Yeah, well, I do love baseball, and of course, you and I both are Cincinnati Reds fans. That's at least one thing we have in common. You were saying you're hoping to go up there this year.
I'd like to go up there. Well, I'd go to Atlanta if they came here. I don't have to go to a home game. I'd go to St. Louis and see them. There's several places that we could drive to around that's not too far away. I don't love going to Atlanta. That's a terrible city for traffic. But, St. Louis is a good little road trip, too, if you can't catch them in Cincinnati.
Yeah. Well, I know that you have been a part of the Wilson County Community Help Center, and I only mention that because the Ducky Derby is not too far away. It's coming up. I think you're still involved with that, aren't you?
I actually rolled off the board this year, but I'm still involved. Renee Hunt is the president this year, and I know most all the board. There's some new members that came on this year I didn't know, but I'm sure I'll get to know them a little more as we go. And I still field questions and direct people to the right person over there that they can get in contact with. I'm one of the sponsors of the Ducky Derby this year again. That was such a good event. And if you get a chance, you should come this year. It's a good opportunity for us to raise money, and it all goes to the Help Center. And I love the mission of what the Help Center does. They help in their mission statement. They help the indigent and the needy in our town. And we've got to have organizations that do that, because not everybody has the same heart to do that. We're all busy with our lives, and Karen Radzitsky over there does a great job. I'm hoping to get her in the noon Rotary here pretty soon. But Karen does a great job over there, and she is just fit like a glove. And so we're lucky to have her. And this Ducky Derby is just one of our big fundraisers, actually the biggest fundraiser of the year for us.
Right.
And it's a good time when you throw 5,000 ducks into a pool and you're picking out 3 ducks, for big money. It just it creates a fun atmosphere of excitement.
Well, I mentioned that for 2 reasons. Karen is I've got her scheduled. I don't have my schedule in front of me, but in a few days she's supposed to be here and talk about all of that and help get the word out. And of course, the more people who what is it, $10 for a duck, I believe, and you hope yours is drawn, something like that. We'll be talking about that, but I'm with you. I have tried to support the Community Help Center for a long time, and we certainly have on the program here, and it's for a great cause, and to me, the fact that it's local, it's not, it doesn't have any national ties or anything like that. All the money, we donate our things or our money or whatever, and then it's used right here in the local community, mostly within the county, I guess, and a lot of people benefit from this, and it's those who can help are helping those who need help.
Yeah, that's right. The Bible says that you're always going to have the poor with you. You're always going to have the needy, and it also says that you take care of widows and orphans and people that just can't take care of themselves. And some people just they need more help than others. And we don't have a ton of those in this county. We're a fairly prosperous county, but I tell you one thing, I've never been to another place that has been as benevolent and generous as Wilson County.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that. I kind of feel the same way. I think when there's a good cause, there are a lot of people who step up to the plate, and really that says a lot for us here. What else is on your mind this morning? I know roofing is your livelihood, and that's why you're with us to promote that. But I think the fact that you do find time to do other things besides work says some nice things about you, Tim. I still remember, I guess the first time we ever met, I had you on is that ballpark over on Hobbs Avenue that you had a lot to do with.
Yes, sir. We rehabbed that for Leadership Wilson project. Leadership Wilson is a good thing that we have going in the county. I really enjoyed doing that back in 2018. I made a lot of good friends. I'm also rolling into the president-elect for the noon Rotary. I'm fixing to get ready to go to Chattanooga for some training for that. So I'm starting to begin to get ready and get excited for that. It's a lot. I want to make sure that I'm prepared and plan out everything for it. But yeah, we've got a lot going, and roofing's fine. I like talking about it some, but people pretty much know what I do for the most part that know me. And but I like doing the other stuff that I do because that's people if they like you and if they trust you, they feel comfortable doing business with you. And I don't do what I do just for business. I do it because it's a reflection of who I am, and so I'm already going to do those things, and I may as well do them as a part of my business. So that's kind of how I look at business. If you're going to cut down trees, in a business, if you will, you got to seed back into the community and do things because those are people that are supporting what you're doing. So you got to take a little of that money and put it back in different places, be it kids' ballparks or be it Rotary or the help center. Spend your time because time doesn't cost you anything.
Well, one of the things I sort of laughed when you were saying you were going to recruit Karen Rudzinski. I have a little problem with her last name, but anyway, the lady at the help center, Karen, you're going to recruit her for the Rotary Club, and I'm thinking, there you go again. But you love the Rotary too.
I do enjoy it. We do a lot of things, and we like helping. There's a fun competition that we always have with the Breakfast Club.
Yep.
I can't get up as early as those guys do, but everybody's schedule's different. And some people need to do that in the morning. They still want to do something. So, we have a good little fun competition with the things that we do to raise money, and they've got a great fish fry that we try to support, and they support our events. And, at the end of the day, we're all Rotarians, and the things that we do, like eradicating polio worldwide and some of the worldwide projects that these guys work on, in addition to our local projects, there's a ton of people that benefit, but still it's a little bit of a mystery is exactly what Rotarians do and what is Rotary. So, we're going to work hard this next year to answer that question for people. What is a Rotarian and what is Rotary and what do they do?
Well, it's probably you've got two of them here in Lebanon. No other organization, no other civic organization has two chapters here in Lebanon. So that tells you a lot. It is over the years, I guess. I remember before the breakfast when it started, the noon Rotary Club was pretty much number one. I'll have to say that, although we have some others, the Kiwanis and Lions have played a big role, and there's been others that have come and gone, but those three have, I guess, been around since the 30s, Rotary, Kiwanis, and Lions, and they are still here, but Rotary obviously is the strongest of those, and you've got a chapter in Mount Juliet as well, so you're doing well there.
Well, it's a good group. Like I said, there's a lot of benevolent people in the county, and speaking to the Lions Club, Kiwanis Club, I just don't know a lot about those, but I have friends in each of those organizations, and their hearts are the same as Rotarian hearts. They want to find a place to serve and to do good. and to just enrich their community, make it better. And that's what I love about being around here is we're just surrounded by people like this who do care about other folks, who do, care when they have a family in their church that their house burns down, or they, they've lost their job for whatever reason. They care about those things. They're not just talking about them behind their back. They want to try to figure out what they can do to make them better. And I like that. I like being around people like that.
All right, we got a couple of minutes left to kind of finish up this morning. I guess we can finish up sort of like we started, talking about roofing. Tim Leeper Roofing, you've made quite a name for yourself here in a little over 20 years in Lebanon, still going strong. And TimLeeperRoofing.com, is that's your website?
That's it. Yes,
okay.
sir.
TimLeeperRoofing.com. And, of course, you can find your phone number there. And if I gave it out, you wouldn't remember it anyway. But it is a busy time for roofers. You said you're kind of covered up. You got at least 3 weeks of work that's ahead of you here. And I guess you're getting calls all the time for more. So it's a good problem to have.
Yes, sir. Well, I tell people all the time, Coleman, I know we're getting tight on time, that, we do residential and commercial repairs, anything you can think of roof related. If you don't know if we do it, call us. We'll tell you. Maybe we can help you get somebody if we don't do it.
All right, that is great. Well, I hope you get your job finished in Oneida, and you gotta stop to making Livingston on the way home, and if all goes well, you'll be back in Lebanon by 5 or 6 o'clock tonight, right?
Let's hope so.
Tim, thanks a lot, and hopefully we'll see you in studio next month, and we'll do it all over again. Okay.
Thanks, Coleman.
All right. Thank you very much. Tim Leeper Roofing, and that is it for Thursday. I hope you'll join us tomorrow for the Friday edition of Coleman & Company. And until then, I wish you a tremendous day.